Hi everyone. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing well and staying safe. And would I say enjoying the weather? Well, I don't know if you're enjoying the weather, but I'm sure there's something to be thankful about. With the weather. And yeah, still in a month of gratitude. We have been looking or maybe discussing about gratitude, and I've made mention that gratitude increases self care. Gratitude helps with gratitude helps with gratitude helps with stress and anxiety, and gratitude also helps with decreasing anxiety, increasing self-esteem, and boosting confidence as well. And what gratitude also does is that gratitude, you know, increases and boosts relationship as well too. So those are some of the things we have talked about. So thank you so much to all our viewers on Facebook, to all our viewers on Instagram, to all our viewers on YouTube. Thank you so very much for joining me today, and to all of you that would watch this later, that would watch this over the week, whichever time you watch it. I want to say gratitude. I'm so thankful and so grateful for this platform and for all of you that constantly, show up alongside with me as well to do this. So thank you so very much. So, notwithstanding, let me just put it up there. Thank you for joining us. Yes. So today, I am going to talk about. I am going to talk about, the transformative power of gratitude. The transformative power of gratitude. And one thing about gratitude, it's powerful. When we express gratitude, whether that is giving thanks or showing appreciation towards someone or towards certain things, and what happens is that it releases it releases a certain hormones in our bodies, such as the serotonin, the hormones responsible for happiness, right? And the dopamine, which is the reward hormones, and the oxytocin, which is the bonding hormones. So when we express gratitude, those hormones has been released, in the body, and these hormones are sent to like different parts of the brain, which creates, new neurons in the pathway, essentially, that rewires our brain so that we are more likely to experience, similar emotions again in the future. And so gratitude does a lot of things, because a lot of times is that it reinforces, positive emotions such as happiness, contentment, while also weakening, those negative ones such as anger, sadness over time, right? So today, I'm just going to talk about how gratitude, changes the brain. There is a lot of research out there, that have shown how gratitude changes the effect on the brain, how gratitude has effects on the brain. You know, when we express, when we express gratitude, or when we receive gratitude, because gratitude too could be expressed and sometimes could be given back to us as well too. So when we express gratitude, to ourselves or even to other people, what it does is that it activates, certain areas in our brains that are associated with pleasure and reward. Keep in mind that I had said that when we express gratitude, certain hormones is being released. And one of the hormones that is released, has to do with the serotonin. And the other one is the dopamine. The dopamine is which is the reward hormones, and the serotonin, which is the serotonin, which is the happiness reward hormones is being released, right? And so when we express gratitude, this, the brain associated with these hormones, you know, it's been released, and that leads to the feelings of happiness, of contentment. As we practice gratitude over time, like I said, it helps you know, in increasing those, it helps in reinforcing those positive emotions, and it sustains it over time. And then as well too, other than gratitude, when gratitude is being practiced, how it changes the brain, gratitude also changes our attitude. And how does that happen? When we practice gratitude, it helps us, it shifts our perspective from a negative one to a positive one, right? And so what it does is that it 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 teaches us how to focus, on something good in any situation rather than the bad. I think in one of our series when we had talked about how when we have a negative feeling, what happens is that our reaction is negative, 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 negative. But when we have positive feeling, it has a way of giving you hope. It has a way of motivating you inside, which helps, with your attitude and your posture and everything. And so that is what gratitude does. When we practice gratitude, it teaches us how to focus on the good in any given situation rather than on the bad, right? It also helps with reducing stress and anxiety, and as well as it cultivates a more optimistic, outlook of life overall. So gratitude helps not just in changing our brains, but it also helps with changing our attitude. And the last one, which I'll mention here, is gratitude changes our outlook. You know, the act of expressing gratitude can help us build better relationship in ourselves and with other people around us, right? Remember, I had said that gratitude increases, the bond and relationship. And so when we practice gratitude, expressing appreciation to people who are important to our life, what it does is that it creates more meaningful connections with them, and it fosters, a greater sense of belonging within our communities. And so gratitude, it's amazing because it helps us appreciate all that we have been blessed with, in life, and which can lead, to greater feelings of satisfaction and joy overall. So what am I saying in essence is that gratitude changes our brain. Gratitude has a way of changing our attitude, and gratitude has a way of changing our outlook. So, as you know, I've been talking about gratitude, gratitude, gratitude this month. And so, overall, I would say gratitude is a powerful emotion that is capable of changing us from within, not just from outside, but it changes us from within. Not only does it make us, feel better about ourselves physically, but it boosts our cognitive functioning in all areas which are associated with our mental well-being, which are associated with problem solving, which can lead to better performances. Whether those better performances is at your workplace or at your school. These are some of the things that gratitude does. And to summarize, you know, gratitude is an essential skill that everyone should learn and practice on a daily basis. No matter your age or stage in life, from children to adults, or even teaching yourself or those you care about, you know, those you care about. Gratitude, when expressed, leads to a lot and a lot and a lot of, a lot and a lot of benefits. So go ahead, practice gratitude, express this gratitude. And we have mentioned that some of the ways to practice gratitude is having a gratitude journal, is expressing gratitude to what someone is expressing, writing a thank you. Those are some ways in which we can practice this gratitude. And so I implore you, practice this gratitude. And if you want to learn more, about this gratitude or how you want to incorporate this gratitude, you can send me an email on info@counseling and wellness center.com. So thank you so much for joining me. That is all that I have today, and I wish you happy gratitude practicing. Right? That sounds better. Okay, so happy gratitude practicing. Yeah, that sounds much better. So have fun, and please, to those of all our friends here in the North America, and I guess not just in North America as well, in Europe and all those places where the weather has changed a lot, just make sure you are staying safe, and make sure you are keeping warm. Just make sure you're keeping warm out there. And to all our parents and caregivers, if you're needing more support, if you're needing more support for yourself or maybe for your team, please do not hesitate to send us an email, you know, at blisscounseling and wellness center.com. So thank you from me to you. I bid you a good evening. Bye bye.